This educational video will cover troubleshooting the high-flow nasal cannula. On this device, it provides both flow and oxygen separately from one another. The oxygen is adjusted by utilizing the air-oxygen blender, and your flow is adjusted on your flow meter that is attached to the blender. Your flow rates, your maximum flow rates, are dictated by your prong and your circuit selection. We do provide two different circuits that have different maximum flow rates. The flow rate must be in an order that states that the device is a high flow nasal cannula. This device is also heated and humidified. Because we use higher flow rates, it has a tendency to dry out the nasal mucosa more. So we will heat and humidify, and the heater should always be set on the invasive mode, which means this top face should be lit up at all times, unless the patient is unable to tolerate the higher temperatures, and then it may be adjusted by your respiratory therapist. Once you have started weaning on this device and you have reached 2 liters per minute, you should be switching to a low flow 2-liter nasal cannula off the wall with a bubble humidifier. Your FiO2s will be adjusted based on your sats, and your flow should be adjusted based on your work of breathing. When you're adjusting flow, either your respiratory therapist or your physician should be listening to breath sounds to assure that there's good aeration throughout all of the lung fields and that the flow that's being provided is reaching down into the lung bases. With high flow, it takes 15 to 30 minutes to really see a significant improvement in kids who are having a large amount of difficulty breathing. Adjustments and improvements won't be seen immediately with this device. Troubleshooting. If your patient is desatting, check your FiO2. Sometimes it's always good to check your connections. Make sure that your tubing is not kinked on top of your device, and that both of your temp probes are plugged in. These temp probes do not lock into the circuit, so it's very easy to pull them out when placing the baby in mom's arms, or if you have a rambunctious sibling in the room, they fall out very easily, so it's always good to check those. Make sure your baby is getting the prescribed amount of flow, and of course checking to make sure that prongs are properly placed in the nares. Your heater will sometimes alarm. Again, if those temperature probes are out, your heater will alarm. It does have indicator lights. The indicator lights on the heater's alarm system will alarm if the probes have fallen out or if the water chamber is dry. So just double check and make sure that your water lines are not kinked. The water bag is full. If you find that it's empty, call your friendly RT and we'll come replace it. When to call your RT? We appreciate an informative call if we've changed flow rates, or if there's an order to change the flow rates, or if you see that maybe there's been a change in your patient's status and you'd like us to come take a look. We will immediately come to the bedside if your patient is needing to be bagged. If you have done initial troubleshooting and the issue is not resolving, if your patient again is having a deteriorating change in status or vital signs, or if a trach has come out and must be replaced, we do have a circuit that provides heated, humidified oxygen that is similar to this. Allow my colleague to set it up. The device itself looks similar. It's a single limb circuit, and it has a device that sits right on top of the trach. This too is heated and humidified and is run at a minimum of 10 liters of flow. We use it strictly to provide humidity to a tracheostomy tube. The same troubleshooting. Again, this device is just for humidity. It is not for work of breathing. It is called a high flow trach collar, but that is not what this device is used for. We do not use it for increased work of breathing. It is purely a humidification device.